It was a moment no one expected. During what seemed like just another cheerful broadcast, viewers suddenly sensed something different about Ben Shephard. The sparkle in his eyes a little dimmer, his usual quick smile a little slower to appear. Then, as the cameras kept rolling, Ben took a deep breath and shared a deeply personal truth that left everyone silent. The beloved presenter, known for his humor, charm, and down-to-earth nature, revealed that he's been battling ongoing health issues, a revelation that sent a wave of shock and emotion through fans and colleagues alike. For years, Ben has been the familiar face that greets millions with warmth and laughter. Whether hosting early mornings or brightening daytime TV, his energy always seemed endless. But behind that easy grin, he'd been facing something far more difficult. Months of unexplained fatigue and pain that he'd quietly brushed aside. He told viewers he'd finally gone for tests, and the results forced him to stop, reflect, and reevaluate everything. Though he didn't reveal all the medical details, the emotion in his voice said it all. You could almost feel the weight of his words hang in the air. As he spoke, his co-host, Annie, ever the steady presence beside him, looked visibly moved. She reached over, gently took his hand, and said softly, "Ben, everyone watching knows how strong you are, and we're all behind you." It was a tender, unscripted moment that reminded everyone this wasn't just television. It was real life, unfolding in front of millions. Viewers flooded social media with messages of love and support. One wrote, "Ben Shephard is one of the kindest, most genuine people on TV. Seeing him so emotional absolutely broke me." Another added, "He's given us laughter for years. Now it's our turn to send him strength." And strength is exactly what's surrounding him, especially from his wife, Annie. The two have been married for over 2 decades, sharing a quiet, deeply loving bond away from the cameras. Friends describe Annie as Ben's anchor, calm, supportive, and endlessly patient. Yet even she has struggled to hold back tears through this unexpected storm. She's trying to stay strong for Ben and their boys, a close family friend shared. But it's been incredibly hard. She's seen how much he's been pushing through pain and exhaustion, always putting others first. This diagnosis hit her like lightning. Behind the scenes, Ben's ITV colleagues have been rallying around him. From Susanna Reid to Kate Garraway to Kat Deely, messages of love and encouragement have poured in. Production insiders revealed that conversations have begun about Ben possibly taking a break from his duties to rest and focus fully on his recovery. Everyone agrees his health must come first. Fans, however, can't help but express how deeply they'd miss him. For many, Ben isn't just a presenter, he's family. One viewer wrote, "His laughter lights up our mornings. His kindness feels genuine, like he's talking to you, not at you. There's simply no replacing that." As the broadcast drew to a close, Ben gathered himself, visibly emotional but trying his best to keep that familiar glint of humor alive. He smiled, looked into the camera, and said, "I just want to say how grateful I am to my family, to Annie, and to everyone who's reached out. It's been a tough few weeks, but your messages mean the world. And don't worry, I'll keep smiling. I always do." It was a line that felt so quintessentially Ben, honest, uplifting, and tinged with the kind of optimism that can make even the darkest clouds seem lighter. That moment struck something deep within viewers. Here was a man who had spent decades lifting others, now showing the strength to be vulnerable himself. It reminded everyone that even the brightest lights sometimes flicker, but that doesn't mean they fade. Since that broadcast, fans have continued to flood online spaces with love, prayers, and personal stories of how Ben has touched their lives through laughter, empathy, and sheer humanity. At home, surrounded by his wife and sons, Ben is said to be focusing on rest, reflection, and gratitude. Friends say he's keeping his humor intact, joking that if doctors prescribe doing nothing, he'll need lessons. That humor, that warmth, is exactly why people adore him. Because Ben Shephard isn't just a presenter, he's a reminder of what kindness looks like on screen. The man who once said, "It's how you face the hard stuff that matters," is now living those words in real time. And as fans, colleagues, and loved ones continue to stand behind him, one thing is certain: this isn't the end of his story. It's simply another chapter, one written with courage, love, and that ever-present smile we all know so well. So here's to Ben, to strength, to healing, and to brighter days ahead. Because if there's one thing we've learned from him over the years, it's that no matter what life throws at you, you keep smiling. Always.